OMG, I can barely contain myself. I'm Nicholas Snow. This is the Nicholas Snow Show on PromoHomo.TV. And OMG, Palm Springs Pride is happening in real life. Yes, Palm Springs Pride is California's only large-scale in-person Pride event this season, and frankly, for all of 2021. It's coming up November 1st through the 7th, 2021. All kinds of things are going on that week. The big events and the festival and the parade tend to happen that weekend of the 5th, 6th, and 7th. And it's going to be the biggest event ever for reasons that I will be discussing in this episode with Palm Springs Pride President Ron De Hart. So many people will be here, but you'll be able to watch the parade broadcast live as usual when there is a live parade. And last year was the only year that there wasn't, frankly, since I've been involved, right here on PromoHomo.TV. So that is just so exciting. And I'm personally just beside myself. And I want you to know that if you are watching live, you can post a comment just like this, and I may feature you on the screen. So if you are watching live, by all means, we would love to hear from you. Questions, comments, how you're feeling about an actual in-person event. So I'm just, like I said, I'm more excited than I usually would be about anything, and I think that we all are. It's been a really tough time. It's been a tough time. I'm grateful for those of us who are still here. I'm sending love and light and healing to people who have had loss, and in some ways we're all experiencing PTSD, which is frankly why the world is opening back up. For those of you who do not know, PromoHomo.TV expanded into a full-fledged online broadcast network a year ago in June of 2020, with 5 series and regular programming, and almost 100 episodes later, our second year kicks off June 30th, 2021. For their support of my show, as always, I want to thank DAP Health right here in the Coachella Valley. Among their value statements, we welcome all people, period. They've been keeping our community alive since 1984, and they've been keeping me alive since 2011. I want to thank 849 Restaurant and Lounge here in Palm Springs for their ongoing support, and the broadcast booth for the Palm Springs Pride Festival is traditionally set up right outside of 849. Can't wait for that. So in every episode, I tell you to save the date. This particular episode is all about why you are saving the date for Palm Springs Pride Week. And I'm excited. And by the way, I want to welcome everyone who's tuned into LinkedIn. This is the first time my broadcast has streamed live to LinkedIn, so I might be reaching some of you there for the first time. And merch, PromoHomo.TV merch, is now on Amazon, and you can find it easily from a link at PromoHomo.TV. In the image there, you see me, but you also see one of my viewers, Aaron Terry, because as I have promised, if you have the merch and you send in a photo of yourself with the merch, with your permission, I'll put it in the show. Now, coming up on PromoHomo.TV, a new series, an episodic series kicking off in July, based upon my Living Powerfully with HIV memoir called Life Positive, A Journey to the Center of My Heart. If you want to participate, go ahead and find the book on Amazon and tune in. Now, in the book, you'll hear about the creation of the Power to Be Strong HIV Testing Safer Sex Awareness Campaign. You can find the video subtitled in 21 languages on YouTube, but you can also ask your smart speaker to play The Power to Be Strong. And I hope that you do, and I hope it inspires and empowers you. I love to be very promo-homo here. So I'm an actor. You're looking at a new photo by John Pascal, an amazing photographer. The new photos of me in the opening montage are also by John. And if you're casting or you're looking for a host for your event or program, check out that link by all means. This show would not be possible without the PromoHomo.TV superstars who subscribe to PromoHomo.TV for as little as $3 a month. At the time of this broadcast, the entry level is still at $3. I couldn't produce the show without them, and I'd love for you to know who's supporting me like this. And in case you didn't see the part where it says, if you become a PromoHomo.TV superstar, you actually get your name and a link to the website or social media profile of your choice in the PromoHomo.TV superstar section at PromoHomo.TV. I'm going to be back with Palm Springs Pride President Ron De Hart right after this. And without further delay, he stepped out of his chair for a moment, so I'm going to just wait a moment before I bring Ron back into the show. But I want to show some comments. So my friend Rock is watching. He says, can't stand long, but rainbow hug. Oh, can't stay long. I think he meant can't stay long. And Joey Dennis says, I have been hopeful that Palm Springs Pride would have a Pride event in November. So great. And Joey is pointing out to me that daylight savings will be over by the time that we have our Pride event. So in this show, I've created some graphics that promote the broadcast at specific, say that 3 times fast, Pacific Daylight Time. It's going to be Pacific Standard Time, the parade broadcast. So disregard any references to daylight savings in this post. And without further ado, let's welcome to the show, Ron De Hart. Hi, Ron!
Hey, Nicholas, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. And I love this whole new Nicholas Snow look. You look really great. You look incredible.
Well, that's very kind of you. I lost 65 pounds over the last 2 years working with a nutritionist and my medical team at DAP Health. No surgery, no diet, just good nutrition.
I found it.
You found the weight. You found the COVID weight. Well, speaking of wait, we have to wait a little longer for the event, but it's happening. I'm in a state of shock. You and I were in conversation for months leading up to last year's event, which ended up going virtual. I brought a lot of it to our viewers here on PromoHomo.TV. And now we know for a fact it's happening. Yep. So we'll get into a deeper dive about different things, but in general, what can we expect?
The fact that we're actually coming together for an in-person traditional Pride celebration is, I think, going to exceed all expectations for folks, and that's what's exciting. Is we will have our traditional events that people think of when they think of a Pride event, and we're working hard to throw in a little bit more to make it even more special for those that attend.
So, why is it? I believe you, but the sense is, well, first of all, this is the only live in-person large-scale Pride event happening in California this year, which is one reason why the town will be overflowing. but also we've been trapped for a year and a half. What would you like to say regarding that in terms of its impact on this year's event?
Well, I think that's really important. Is why we're planning to really provide a celebration, because the community is really yearning for something. So we're going on a year and a half, maybe a little more, out of COVID, but the pandemic is subsiding, and that's the good thing. And we're seeing great numbers continue to be posted. The positive numbers are continuing to come down, death rates continuing to come down. So, our community is, had a year of isolation, and the stress and mental wear and tear that has caused, it really begs for an opportunity for our community to come together, to unify, be able to be with our friends and have our family out, and just be out and celebrate in the town that we love. And that's what we are setting the stage for, is to accommodate that social gathering of folks that everybody's so desperate for. And Pride will be the largest and first time to have a large gathering in Palm Springs after the COVID guidelines are lifted on June 15th.
Oh, I know. So for people that may see this after the fact, and they will, this is going out live on June 3rd, 2021. On June 15th, California opens completely without any additional COVID restrictions. And then many months later is when we have Palm Springs Pride 2021. Fred says, I'm so happy to hear this great news. And Tina Morris says, how great to wake to good, positive news. I want to cry. I want to cry. It's like, so how have conversations been with the city leadership and the bureaucratic entities that you need to work with? And are they as excited as you are?
Yeah, I think there's so much excitement in the air, and I don't know if it's that I'm just a Pride nerd, but there is just this huge sense of excitement about Pride in Palm Springs, and it's only June. Normally, we don't get that buzz and excitement until late September or early October, but the community is really coming out, and people are really showing that they're ready to come together. And that's no different than all of our stakeholders, whether it's in the tourism industry, all the city departments. We've had conversations for this year. We've been focusing on what could be done, even starting back in November, evaluating every week the guidelines and the numbers and what's coming down the road. So we've studied for a good number of months the science and what the trend is with the pandemic. And the city has been very supportive. I think we've all seen that the numbers are going in the right direction, and that by November, there is going to be a real opportunity to have in-person celebration. And in why some of the Pride organizations who normally have their events in California in June and July, it just is too soon. It's still too soon, and people don't have that level of comfort yet to gather in mega large groups. But we're feeling good about being able to gather in large groups in November. And like I said, the tourism industry, our stakeholders that we've been talking to and meeting with for many months to look at how they're planning the fourth quarter of this year. Everything has been looking really good for some time. And that's why we're here today, is we have the support from our sponsors and the stakeholders in the community, and we're going to be able to have a Pride event.
Well, PromoHomo.TV is on board. I think this is year number 5 at least. And last year, I was really honored to work with you to bring much of Pride to a virtual audience
Yeah.
locally and around the world. And there's lots of, and we aired 3 Pride parades in their entirety last year as a retrospective, because we could not have an in-person Pride event. And of course, we get to have that parade this year. That is so exciting. Now, I have an excitement for my audience. Right now, we're going to do the debut of the annual poster, which is spectacular, and it's by world-renowned artist Shag. So, Ron, while I cue that up, why don't you talk about the Pride organization's relationship with Shag and this year's particular poster?
Shag has been a great supporter of Pride in Palm Springs for many years, and back half a dozen years ago or so, we had an agreement with Shag that he would produce the festival poster for 4 years, and he did some great posters for our festival in Palm Springs, and the last year was 2019. So we weren't intending to have Shag produce posters for this year, but when our theme came up and we were really looking at what "you are included" means and how do you interpret "you are included" into a poster, my thought was that there, one artist in town that could create this image of people coming together and diverse groups of folks, coming and having fun and socializing in this very unique Palm Springs setting was Shag. And I threw out the request to Shag, and I shared with him what the theme was about, and he jumped on it right away, and he said, "This is made for me, and this is right. This theme is perfect for me to illustrate." And this is what we have this year. He's done a great job. We really appreciate it, and it really says a lot about Palm Springs, the people in Palm Springs, the socializing, the friendliness of what our Pride is about, and the diversity of our Pride. I see all of that in the poster, and I'm sure others will see much more. But Shag has been very supportive in the community of a half a dozen organizations. And if you're not familiar with his work or you want to see what's new, he's online at shagstore.com. Shagstore.com, and we encourage you to check it out. And normally we have this print for sale at the festival itself, and an original screen print. I haven't found out when or if that will be available at the Shag store, but the posters will be available at the Pride Festival.
Okay, and as you have explained about the poster and the event, this year Pride is truly a coming out celebration of all that Palm Springs represents: life, love, community, the desert environment, diversity, and our friendly mid-century vibe. So let's talk about anything that is definitely confirmed to be happening in chronological order.
Okay.
For this year's event. Historically, like a month before the event, there's Pride Honors, for example. So start with anything you know that's officially going to happen, and take us all the way through Sunday night. And of course, we'll keep the audience informed and the community as we get closer to the event.
Yeah, excellent. I think you mentioned it a few minutes ago, but this year's celebration really is a coming out for Palm Springs in the true sense. In an opportunity to come out at Pride, which many people do, but a coming out for the community after this COVID-19 isolation. So it really is going to be a coming out celebration in Palm Springs this weekend. And I had mentioned when we were talking about Shag's festival poster, the theme, "You Are Included." What a great theme for us to have this year. at a time when people feel isolated. They feel like they've been separate and they're not a part of things that are going on anymore because we've been shut in many instances. And You Are Included is just a great verbal reminder to let people know, everybody, that that all individuals are seen and loved and celebrated, and it's not just during Pride, but it's all the time, and it doesn't matter our gender, race, religion, nationality, our health status, the way we look. Everyone is embraced and celebrated. And this year in Palm Springs, you are included. So we're thrilled to have that theme as the underlining guide of our activities this year.
I love that. I just want to stop you for a moment because I forgot to thank at the top of the show, but this is the perfect time to thank them now, is the center, the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. One of the things that they really focus on is creating vibrant community. And what caused me to think about that, Ron, is you were talking about the isolation that we've been experiencing and the coming out of it. Well, even in the best of times, many of us are prone to isolation, and mental health challenges are more relevant than ever.
Yeah.
I personally am prone to situational depression. I benefit from seeing a therapist on a regular basis, and the center and other entities like DAP Health in this community have really empowered me to somehow be a part of the world. And as members of the LGBTQI plus community and people that have been oppressed for any reason, and I can only speak to the oppression I've experienced. I know that there are many people fighting completely different battles, of which we are much more aware because of events in recent years. But it's more of a challenge for us to just love and accept ourselves and thrive and step out into the world.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And like I said, this is a great time for us to embrace one another and come together. And we have to express to folks. We have to express to folks, those that are close to us, that are in our core group, that we associate with, that we do. We care about them, and we're concerned for everybody's well-being as we go forward.
So, as everything is added, more sponsors, more events, they'll be put at the official website, which, by the way, is an amazing app that is mobile friendly. But what is the first thing that you know that is happening that someone could attend, whether they're local or whether they're coming from somewhere else, and whether it's before Pride Week or during?
Yep. So the very first one date that is confirmed and that we have details on is a really powerful and moving hour out of our evening on November 1st. November 1st at 6 p.m. is the George Zander Candlelight Vigil in March, and it will take place at the new downtown park, which is on Museum Way and Bellardo. It's a short program. It's only an hour out of a person's day, but it's a time for the community to reflect, remember, and stand up against hate violence around the world. And we do this in Palm Springs because George Zander was just such an incredible friend to many in Palm Springs. And we honor his memory along with the memory of other victims of hate crimes. But we truly recognize and remember George Zander and Chris Zander on the 6th anniversary of the day that they were attacked in downtown Palm Springs. George died after the attack on December 10th, 2015. And we come together every day just to keep his memory alive and recommit ourselves to carry forward the social justice efforts that he was committed to and that really defined his life.
I was
So
honored to have known George, and I still know Chris, and it's a beautiful event, and I'm so grateful it's happening again, and one of the first significant events that will happen in the new park.
yes, and it's we appreciate DAP Health. They have been supporters of this event since the very first year, and they are returning to help present this event with us, this November. So that is the first event that kicks off the week, and then in a few days later, we will have the Pride Drive-In Movie Night on November 3rd, 5:30 to 9:30 p.m., presented by our partners Nissan at the Candlelight theaters. Now, this is an event that grew out of last year's virtual activities and social distant activities, and we had 2 movie nights, and they were so successful and created just a different opportunity for people to come together during Pride and celebrate. That's different than the going to the festival or partying at somebody's home. It just was a different way to come together and socialize. So we're repeating the movie night. It will be on the 3rd. We haven't picked the movie yet, but people can start planning and holding that on their calendar for 5:30 to 9:30 on the 3rd. And then
One of the things I just want to say is it's one of the things that we're realizing that there are things that we discovered or learned to do as a humanity during the pandemic that that are outliving the pandemic, new ways of being together, new experiences, and it's exciting to know that that drive-in movie event will still happen.
Yeah, yeah, fun activity. Another thing that we've done for a good number of years here in Palm Springs is we create a moment to really recognize our business community, and we raise the rainbow flag in a place of significance. And it has always been up on the Mirador Tower at Desert Regional, on the Desert Regional campus. We've always dropped this huge rainbow flag from the top of the tower that's lit up during the night. Well, that has symbolized the start of Pride weekend in Palm Springs, and we're continuing that tradition. We will raise our custom-made flag just for Palm Springs that is 30 feet by 50 feet. The rainbow flag will fly about 172 feet in the air, and we will have a ceremony at 10 a.m. on Friday, November 5th. That will show the flag raising of our giant rainbow flag, as well as a tribute to local businesses and their employees who will be raising flags throughout Palm Springs. So we'll cover a few of those flag raisings, and then we'll end the program with the flag raising of our giant rainbow flag. And that is planned this year to occur over adjacent to the new downtown park. Last year we were at City Hall, and that was just an incredible view and a symbol to see high above City Hall, during Pride last year. This year it will be over by the new park.
I just wanted to let my viewers know, if you go to PromoHomo.TV and you search for Palm Springs Pride, you can find an amazing piece that we created collaboratively of last year's flag raising with drone shots and everything else. You can also find the other programming that I've referenced that we did last year.
Yeah, it was a beautiful program last year, and we're excited to bring it back. And it's all possible because of Lighthouse Dispensary. They were our first sponsor in 2018 that helped us have our custom flag made and fly it for the first year in 2018. And they're returning with our raising this year. So we're happy to have their support and involvement again this year. in the same day, Friday. Friday's a big day for people to arrive from out of town, and we are not going to let folks down this year. There is going to be a coming out celebration of the like that we really have not seen on Palm Canyon Drive. There will be from in the evening hours from 5 p.m. to 10-ish, live entertainment on the main stage throughout the entire evening, musical performances and street characters up and down Palm Canyon. People are encouraged to get a bite to eat, stroll around, get a drink, walk around, and just celebrate with your friends. And it's a special night. It's our coming out celebration, and we are calling it a night of 100 stars because our host, one of the hosts, is Jason Stewart, and he is the national co-chair of the LGBT committee for SAG-AFTRA. And what Jason is helping to do, he's helping to invite those folks that live or have vacation homes in Palm Springs that are in front of the camera, behind the camera, on the microphone, that work in the industry, that live here right in Palm Springs. And these artists and performers and musicians have reached out, and they asked, how could we show our support for Palm Springs, and how could we come together? And they're all invited to be with us and to be with you as we celebrate on Friday evening. Many of them will take to the stage and be able to say hello. There'll be meet and greets. But at the end of the day, entertainment is important. We will have a headliner, and everybody will just have an opportunity to have a great night. And it's a free event. That's another thing that's really, different about Palm Springs Pride. This significant event is free for all to attend. So it's accessible, and that's really important for us, for our city partners, and for our stakeholders, is to have events like this that are accessible for everybody.
Totally. I know Jason Stewart. I've known him for decades. He's fabulous.
I won't hold that against you, Nicholas.
So tell me what's next.
So starting on another event on Friday night is the Interfaith Pride Shabbat, Friday, November 5th, and that starts at 6:30 p.m. And all people of faith communities and beliefs are invited to join in this Pride Interfaith service. We've done this for maybe a half a dozen years, if not more, and it grows and grows and grows every year. So, there are folks in the community that this is a meaningful moment for them, and it's also another way for them to come together, in the name of pride and celebrate community. So the interfaith service will take place on the 5th. It's organized by some of our good partners, Rabbi David at Or Hamidbar, Palm Springs, the United Methodist Church with Reverend Dr. Kev is also one of the key organizers at Bloom in the Desert Ministries, and Hope Palm Springs is involved, and St. Giles Catholic community is also involved in that program. So it's a different offering for folks that are interested in participating, and details on all these scheduled activities are going to be up on the Pride website, the palmspringspride.gay. You'll have all the events that will include additional location information, website information, and if tickets are required, you'll have the information on how to obtain the ticket. Something else that's a carryover from last year that got national news attention was the Light Up the Night. So Light Up the Night is an opportunity for us to illuminate Palm Springs and in this sea of pink and rainbow colors. So we're inviting residents and businesses to decorate their homes, their condos, their apartments, wherever they may be, with rainbow colors and pink colors to show and to celebrate the all-inclusive love and solidarity for the LGBT community in Palm Springs, and people are encouraged to light their front yards starting on Monday, November 1st, and going through Sunday. So our entire city can be lit in rainbow. And to encourage folks to participate, there are two incredibly great package prizes. So the resident winner will receive 2 travel vouchers for travel on Alaska Airlines. And there will be a winning business that will receive 2 travel vouchers for travel on Alaska Airlines. And the winner will be picked by online vote. So everybody can participate and choose the winners through the week as photos are being posted. So that's a fun event, and you won't want to miss. If you didn't see it last year, you're going to want to drive by the airport on the Gene Autry side and look to the hangars, and you'll see an Alaska Airlines plane lit in rainbow colors. It was such a beautiful sight to see last year. This corporate entity coming together to show support in the community by taking one of their planes and lighting it in rainbow. So you'll want to drive by and check it out because it just is a sight to see.
Fantastic.
And we, of course, our partners there are the Gay Desert Guide and Alaska Airlines. So that's a fun program. It's something easy for people to participate in. You don't have to leave your home. Pull out your Christmas lights or your holiday lights from Hanukkah and post them up in your window, and you'll be good to go. Longstanding event for those that want to get out of the house and just be active, whether or not you're just wanting to walk or to run a 5K. The Palm Springs Frontrunners Pride 5K Run and Walk takes place on Saturday, November 6th in the early morning hours. Race step-off, I believe, is at 8 a.m. Up on West Cochino Drive and Bellardo Road. And if you don't know where that's at, it's up by Francis Stevens Park and the Coffee North. So up in that area of business is the corridor. That's where the run and walk began. You can register now on the Frontrunners website, which it gets you to palmspringspride.com, and they have additional details there, and registration is available, discounted for early bird, and the price goes up a little bit after November 4th.
Okay, last year I was able to broadcast the opening ceremonies for the Pride Run and Walk. That still happened in a socially distanced way, and people all over the world participated, and I imagine maybe there'll be an opportunity to do that again. But it's so exciting that the in-person event will be here.
Yep, and it is combined. So there are going to be.
It is combined.
You can go virtual if you'd like to continue to do that and run on your own schedule, or you can come and be together with the group on Saturday morning and run the trail through the old Las Palmas neighborhood. So it's a fun gathering, and we appreciate the support of Front Runners. And the beneficiary for the run, again, is the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. So not only are you having a fun outdoor activity, you're helping to raise some significant funds for our local community center.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and they do a great job.
I have a comment from my friend Brenda Combs, who I've known since the third grade.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, she's watching, and some of my first traumatic memories of being bullied were from the third grade, not by Brenda, but it just reminds me what life was then versus now, and we still have our battles to fight, but it is a very different world today because of events like this and people like you.
Yeah, and Brenda, I bet he hasn't changed a bit, has he? Great. Thank you for being with us this morning, Brenda. Appreciate that. Some of the challenges. Bullying is still a huge issue, and it's manifest for our youth today because of I think social media. Having those social platforms, just increases the audience and the anonymous opportunities for bullying. So, we have a deep place in our heart for the youth in our valley, and we'll talk about that when we get to the parade. But that's one of the key reasons why you see so many youth marching in the Palm Springs Pride Parade. It's very emotional to see that, because you didn't see that when we were 10 years old.
You also at the festival has a major youth zone.
Yeah. So there's a youth zone both Saturday and Sunday that's organized by Safe Schools Desert City.
Amazing organization.
Yep, that works with all of our GSAs throughout all of the Coachella Valley. So there's games, DJ music, there's food, which is important for our kids, and plenty of beverages and snacks. Just a private space for them to drop in and go out, and if they get overwhelmed in the big crowds at the festival, they can come right back into the youth zone at any time. It's just for them. And on the other hand, we have an infant to pre-teen area, the Children's Garden, which is the children's headquarters, and parents are invited to come and celebrate Pride with their infant to pre-teen, and let their children be engaged in the Pride Festival and know that all families are welcome and encouraged to participate, and that there's something for everybody at Pride. And the younger kids have a jumpy. They too get snacks and treats all day long, and they have fun art activities that they get to participate in through the weekend. So it's a fun space for our families to drop in with their children and just spend some good quality time together in between walking around the festival or enjoying music. So another outdoor activity is the 5th annual Palm Springs Pride Golf Tournament. Now, our friends
are there any lesbians playing in that?
I would think that we will have a large mixed crowd playing.
I say that with love to lesbians.
The tournaments have been very successful. And the Stonewall golfers, have done a great job organizing, the tournaments in the past. And this year's event is slated for Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that is Saturday, November 6th. More details will be available on the stonewallgolfers.com website. And they soon will have the opportunity to register, and you can participate in an 18-hole championship golf course, and get your foursome together and have an afternoon of fun. And their proceeds benefit the Palm Springs Pride organization. So we appreciate everybody's participation and support if golf is your game.
Just go watch, cheer them on.
Exactly. So, the Pride Festival is always an anchor activity of a Pride event for us in Palm Springs, and we have a 2-day Pride Festival in Marketplace. The festival is it's a combination of a street fair, music festival. Diverse artists are presented on the stages. The festival is a gathering place for friends to come and socialize. It's a place to come and just walk around, be outside, enjoy the vendors in the marketplace. And added attraction this year is enjoy and visit, in most instances for the first time, the new downtown park. So the booths will be incorporated into the park, and you'll be encouraged to meander through the park and up and down Palm Canyon, and enjoy the music in the park and over on Tahquitz and Palm Canyon.
I tell you, Ron, I want to tell you, I just feel like jumping up and down like I was about to go to Disneyland for the first time. I mean, that's how excited I am.
Yeah, we've got to contain it inside. Like I said earlier, I think it may be because I'm a Pride nerd, but it is exciting. It is just so exciting for some reason, and I don't know why it's different, but it is different this year. So that's day one of the festival. The festival opens at 11 a.m. And the last music act will end at 10 p.m. on Saturday, November 6th. And all that activity takes place downtown. There is no admission. Again, it's a free event for our community to participate. Now, you may have an opportunity to drop $1 in the bucket and donate to our bucket brigade to help us raise funds so we can maintain that free admission. But that's day one. And a little in the afternoon after the festival opens on Saturday, we, for the first time, are going to have a service member remembrance wreath laying to honor our LGBTQ veterans. So we will take a moment on the main stage to remember the individuals who've given their lives in defense of our freedom. We will partner with our Downtown American Legion Post and Veterans for Peace and our other partners that traditionally are our flag bearers at the front of the Pride Parade on an annual basis. So that will be a nice way for us to honor our service members, the folks who've served the United States as soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guard members. That is Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m., the main stage. We talked about the Youth Zone. Youth Zone is open both Saturday and Sunday during festival hours. They close early, though. They close at 5 o'clock on Saturday and 4 o'clock on Sunday for the youth. And same with the Children's Garden. The Children's Garden opens the regular festival hours at 11 o'clock and closes at 5 p.m. on Saturday and 4 p.m. on Sunday. But look for the big rainbow, inflatable, and the jumpy that will be there, and you're close to the Children's Garden. Now, the jumpy is not for adults, and we get asked every year if we can have an adult jumpy. So maybe one of these years we will have jumpies for.
I think they have that at the tool shed.
This is a different kind of jumpy. And then on Sunday, there's some fun programs that are really centered around the Pride Parade. The Pride Parade is the focal event of the weekend. We expect it. We've been saying this for the last 6 years. And it's true, but we expect this year to be the largest parade we've ever had. What that means is Normally, we're around a 2-hour parade. This year, we're expecting it to be 2.5 hours, and there will be upwards to 10,000 people just participating in the parade, just walking in the parade and riding on floats. So it's a big little town pride parade, and it's the center of attention on Sunday afternoon, stepping off at 10 a.m.
This is
So,
a good time for me to explain to my viewers that once again, I will bring to the worldwide audience a live broadcast of the parade. Now, one of the things that's happened during the pandemic is I completely upped my game regarding my production values. And the past broadcasts have been single camera broadcasts, but I will be having multiple camera broadcasts this year with different camera locations showing off different aspects of what's going on. And the announcing panel will still be located at 849, right outside of 849 Restaurant and Lounge in North Palm Canyon. And I'm actually going to be operating the mass. I'm anchoring the whole broadcast from a nearby balcony. So I will miss being right on the parade route where my team will be, but I will be just above the parade because I need to be hardwired into the internet to be able to deliver the high quality HD stream to all of you worldwide. But something else I'll be able to do is curate your remarks, your comments from around the world into our broadcast. So I'm very excited, and I'm also excited that I'm telling you this on June 3rd, 2021, so I'm ready to do it on November 7th, 2021.
so
Go ahead, Ron.
you're telling me we don't get to have a party upstairs on the balcony. I was
No,
counting
because I'm
on
using
the
that
parade.
space. I'm using that space.
We have to find a different party hangout for parade watching. That's great. No, it's going to be nice to be anywhere, in the world, but more, importantly for our local residents who don't have the ability to physically go out and participate and watch the parade as a spectator. They'll be able to watch from the comfort of their home, and we're still able to include them in our Pride celebration. So we're really pleased that we're able to work with you, Nicholas, and that we can once again make it possible for those who just want to enjoy the parade, but, and like I said, more importantly, make it possible for the people who aren't able to get out of their house and get to the parade, or have transportation to the parade, or just are not able to withstand that length of an outing. So that's really meaningful for us to be able to do that. So thank you for making that possible for us every year.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff. The parade is just like a traditional parade, and it's people say, well, once you've seen one Pride parade, you've seen them all. On some hands that's true, but if you haven't seen a parade in Palm Springs, you have not seen a Pride parade. Our parade is very unique. There's no place else in the world that has a setting like the Palm Springs Pride Parade. No place else. Typically, we're in the 80s, so it's just a beautiful morning. Bring your umbrella because the sun will come out. But
like all of us.
it is a very unique setting, and it's a very friendly Pride parade. So if you haven't attended and experienced it, we invite you to come and be a part of it and join us. And as the theme goes, you are included. So around the parade, there are a number of activities that our incredible community partners organize, as fundraisers. during the parade itself. And new to us this year, because they were just barely open in 2019, and the parade is actually, it steps off on their doorsteps, is the Raleigh China Fusion. Is one of our brunch hosts this year, and they are promoting the PS Drag Brunch Pride Edition, and that will take place Sunday, November 7th, 9 a.m. to noon. They have 3 different price levels for tickets for you to participate. Each includes different levels of food and beverage, but you can choose from the Diva VIP level, the Mean Girls Lounge tickets, and of course the Basic Bitches tickets, which I think
Okay, then.
are in the restaurant. And the VIP tickets are up on the patio upstairs, so you can watch, you enjoy the parade from upstairs on a big patio.
So absolutely everything in the event is available or will be available by the event at the website people see now. We need to wrap up in about 2 minutes because I can't go over an hour. So in the next couple of minutes, please run through anything else you want to run through.
Well, the other two brunches that are really great to participate in is the brunch, the champagne brunch at 849 Restaurant. Reservations are found on their website. And the Trio Pride Parade Party is another brunch that happens right along the parade route. So they're fun places to hang out, and they're all fundraisers for Palm Springs Pride. So these are great community partners that are with us, and have been with us for many years. And then the last thing, Nicholas, is the second day of the festival runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. each night. There's headliners on the main stage in downtown. Everybody's invited to join us because you all are included.
Well, I'm certainly excited to partner with you once again. It's going to be an amazing event. People who have watched any or all of this episode will certainly know how to access it. Would you like to make a final remark?
Yes, people have been waiting to get their parade entries and to participate as a vendor in the festival. You can do that starting today at 11 a.m. The parade applications will be open on the Pride website as well as the exhibitor applications. So all who've been waiting patiently to sign up and participate, today's your day, 11 a.m. on the Pride website. You'll be able to make that happen.
Thank you, Ron, for being on the show. I'll see you soon.
Yep, excellent. Thanks, Nicholas.
And stay tuned, so I'll talk to you after the show.
And I